In a world where words shape thought, the origins of the alphabet trace back to a seemingly insignificant act of rebellion. Around 1850 BC, in the turquoise mines of the Sinai Peninsula, a Canaanite laborer made an indelible mark on history by scratching symbols onto a limestone wall. This act, born out of necessity and creativity, laid the foundation for the alphabet that underpins much of modern communication. Before this pivotal moment, writing was an exclusive tool of the powerful. Egyptian hieroglyphics, the dominant script of the era, comprised over 700 symbols, each an intricate pictorial representation. Mastery of this logosyllabic system required years of rigorous training, accessible only to a select few who attended scribal schools. These institutions, known as the Houses of Life, were tightly connected to temples, reinforcing a societal structure where literacy was synonymous with power. In a landscape where less than 1% of the population could read, writing was a formidable barrier to social mobility and control. The Canaanites, brought to the mines as laborers, existed in a world saturated with Egyptian symbols they couldn't comprehend. Hieroglyphics adorned the temple walls at Serabit el-Khadim, venerating pharaohs and the goddess Hathor. The Canaanites recognized the reverence afforded to these marks, yet they remained outsiders to their meaning. It was within this context that an anonymous worker posed a revolutionary question. What if each symbol represented a single sound? This question shattered the complexity of existing writing systems. The Proto-Sinaitic script, a simplified phonetic alphabet, emerged from this insight. The Canaanite innovators adapted Egyptian symbols using acrophony, a method where a word's initial sound was represented by a corresponding visual sign. The Semitic word for ox, aleph, became a simplified ox head symbol representing the sound A. The word for house, beth, transformed into a symbol for B. This system reduced hundreds of symbols to a mere 30, capturing the essential sounds of their language. This breakthrough democratized the concept of writing, making literacy attainable for anyone with a basic understanding of the symbols. Yet the physical evidence of this innovation is sparse. Discovered by British Egyptologist Flinders Petrie in 1905, the Proto-Sinaitic inscriptions are scant, with only about 40 to 50 surviving examples. Carved into rock faces and artifacts, these inscriptions remained a mystery until Gardiner's 1916 breakthrough, which linked them to Semitic phonetics. The Proto-Sinaitic script traveled with Canaanite workers and traders, evolving over centuries. By 1500 BC, it had reached Phoenician hands. The Phoenicians, skilled mariners and traders, spread this efficient writing system throughout the Mediterranean. By 800 BC, the Greeks had adopted and adapted the Phoenician script, adding vowels to create a complete alphabet. This development was revolutionary. The Greek alphabet's simplicity enabled widespread literacy, which became the bedrock for Greek democracy, philosophy, and science. The ability to read and write empowered citizens to engage with written texts, debate ideas, and document their thoughts. From the Greeks, the alphabet passed to the Etruscans and then to the Romans, morphing into Latin. This script became the ancestor of all major Western European languages. Today, the Latin alphabet is pervasive, used by languages as diverse as Swahili, Vietnamese, and Turkish. The reach of the Proto-Sinaitic lineage extends beyond the Latin script, influencing the Arabic and Hebrew alphabets. Yet the story of the alphabet's creation is not one of immediate liberation. While the alphabet made writing accessible, mass literacy was a much slower revolution. For centuries, the ability to read and write remained concentrated among elites. The very laborers who conceived the alphabet likely never lived to see its widespread adoption. The nuances of this history continue to unfold. Recent advancements in technology, such as multispectral imaging, allow researchers to uncover hidden details in ancient inscriptions. Despite the scant evidence, the legacy of those Canaanite miners persists. The journey of the alphabet from an obscure mine in the Sinai to a ubiquitous global tool is a narrative woven with innovation. As the Proto-Sinaitic script evolved into the Phoenician alphabet, it became the linchpin of ancient commerce and communication. The Phoenicians, renowned for their maritime prowess, were instrumental in disseminating this writing system across the Mediterranean. Ports from Carthage to Cyprus buzzed with trade, not just of goods but of ideas. The Phoenician script became the universal language of exchange. Phoenician merchants and sailors carried more than just commodities. They transported the seeds of literacy. The script's portability and simplicity made it eminently adaptable. As they docked in foreign lands, the Phoenicians left behind more than artifacts. They left behind a means for people to record their transactions, contracts, and communications. This transition from complex writing systems to something as straightforward as an alphabet was transformative. It allowed diverse cultures to engage with literacy without the burden of intricate hieroglyphics or cuneiform. The Greeks' adoption of the Phoenician system marked a pivotal moment in history. Their decision to incorporate vowels was not merely a linguistic adjustment, but a cognitive leap. The inclusion of vowels allowed for greater precision and nuance in writing. This advancement enabled the Greeks to document philosophical treatises, scientific discoveries, and dramatic works. These texts would influence generations to come. This alphabetic system fostered a culture of debate and inquiry in ancient Greece. Ideas could be recorded, scrutinized, and disseminated. The works of philosophers like Plato and Aristotle became foundational to Western thought. In this climate of intellectual ferment, literacy was not just a skill, but a societal expectation. It underpinned the democratic processes of the city-states. Citizens could engage directly with written laws and participate in the governance of their communities. This was a radical departure from the hierarchies of earlier empires. As the Roman Empire rose, it absorbed and adapted Greek culture, including its alphabet. The Latin script, derived from the Etruscan adaptation of Greek, became the official script of the Roman world. With the expansion of the Roman Empire, Latin script spread across Europe. Roman legions not only conquered lands but also spread the written word. They carved Latin inscriptions on milestones and monuments that still dot the European landscape today. The fall of Rome did not signify the end for the Latin alphabet. Instead, it became the backbone of medieval scholarship and ecclesiastical authority. Monasteries and universities became the new centers of literacy. Scribes, working under candlelight, meticulously reproduced texts. They ensured the survival of ancient wisdom through the so-called Dark Ages. During the medieval period, the alphabet underwent further transformations. The Carolingian minuscule, developed in the 8th century, standardized script across Europe. It made texts more legible and accessible. This script laid the groundwork for modern lowercase letters. It facilitated the eventual rise of printing technology. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century revolutionized the dissemination of knowledge. It made books available to a much wider audience and accelerated the spread of literacy. Gutenberg's innovation was a catalyst for the Renaissance, a period of extraordinary cultural and intellectual rebirth. The ready availability of printed material democratized learning. It broke the monopoly of knowledge held by the church and state. The Bible, translated and printed in vernacular languages, became accessible to the masses. This encouraged individual interpretation and critical thought. This shift laid the foundation for the Protestant Reformation. It also emphasized modern personal inquiry and scientific exploration. Even as the Latin script became dominant, the alphabet's influence continued to ripple outward. In the East, the Arabic script became a vessel for Islamic scholarship, science, and culture. The Abbasid Caliphate, with its capital in Baghdad, became a center of learning during the Islamic Golden Age. Scholars there translated Greek and Roman texts, preserved and expanded upon ancient knowledge. They made significant advancements in fields such as mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. This cross-cultural exchange highlights the alphabet's role as a bridge between civilizations. The same script that began as a humble series of scratches in a desert mine had become a universal medium for human thought. As the modern world emerged, the alphabet's impact only deepened. The Industrial Revolution further propelled the spread of literacy. Compulsory education laws in the 19th and 20th centuries cemented the alphabet's role in civic life. Today, digital technology continues to reshape how we interact with the alphabet. From keyboards to touchscreens, the way we produce and consume written content has evolved. Yet the fundamental structure remains unchanged. The alphabet, now encoded in binary, underpins the flow of information across the globe. From social media posts to complex data analyses, its influence is pervasive. The story of the alphabet is one of relentless adaptation. It is a testament to human ingenuity and cultural exchange. As we continue to explore its origins and impact, we unravel the history of human civilization itself. The alphabet's legacy became intertwined with the identities and histories of countless cultures. Beyond Europe, the spread of the alphabet reached the far corners of the world, influencing societies in unexpected ways. The colonial expansions of the European powers in the 15th and 16th centuries carried the Latin alphabet to the Americas, Africa, and Asia. Often, this supplanting of indigenous scripts and languages was a tool of control. It was also a means of integration into the global economy and political sphere. The alphabet's adaptability allowed it to integrate into diverse linguistic landscapes. In Africa, for instance, the Latin script was adapted for numerous indigenous languages. This created written forms for languages that had been primarily oral. This transition was not merely a colonial imposition. In many instances, local communities embraced the script to preserve their languages and cultures. They produced literature, newspapers, and educational materials in their native tongues. In Asia, the influence of the alphabet took a different trajectory. While regions like the Indian subcontinent retained their rich tradition of indigenous scripts, the Latin alphabet made inroads through trade and technology. In Japan, the Roman alphabet, known as Romaji, exists alongside traditional scripts. This facilitates communication in an increasingly interconnected world. Similarly, in China, Pinyin, a romanization system for Mandarin Chinese, was developed in the 20th century. It aids in language learning and international communication. The alphabet's influence extends to political movements and revolutions. In the 19th century, nationalists across Europe and beyond sought to standardize and promote their languages using the alphabet. They saw it as a means to forge national identity and unity. The Turkish language reform in 1928, led by Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, exemplifies this trend. By replacing the Ottoman script with a modified Latin alphabet, Turkey aimed to modernize and align itself with the West. This also made literacy more accessible to its population. This phenomenon of script reform and adoption is mirrored across the globe. It reflects the alphabet's role as both a tool of modernization and a symbol of cultural identity. In Vietnam, the Latin-based Quoc Nguyen script replaced Chinese characters in the early 20th century. This facilitated a surge in literacy and literature that fueled nationalist sentiments and resistance against colonial rule. In the digital age, the alphabet's role has only expanded. It has become the backbone of the internet and digital communication. Unicode, a universal character encoding standard, ensures that every character from every language can be represented in digital form. Yet the Latin alphabet often serves as a default in programming languages and online communication. This ubiquity raises questions about linguistic diversity and the preservation of non-Latin scripts in a digital world dominated by the alphabet. The implications of this digital dominance are profound. While the alphabet enables global communication and access to information, it also poses challenges for languages with unique scripts, risking their marginalization in an increasingly homogenized digital landscape. Efforts by linguistic communities to digitize and promote their scripts are crucial in preserving cultural heritage, ensuring the diversity of human expression. Throughout history, the alphabet has been a catalyst for social change, education, and empowerment. Literacy campaigns in the 20th century, from the Soviet Union to Cuba, recognized the power of the alphabet as a tool for political and social transformation. By enabling individuals to read and write, these movements aim to dismantle class barriers and foster informed citizenry capable of participating in democratic processes. As we reflect on the alphabet's journey, from the sands of Sinai to the digital screens of today, its enduring significance becomes clear. It is a testament to human creativity and adaptability, a reminder of the power of simple ideas to transform societies. The alphabet is not just a tool for recording language, it is a living legacy, continually reshaping how we think, communicate, and connect with one another. In the grand tapestry of human history, the alphabet stands as one of the most remarkable achievements, a testament to the enduring influence of a simple yet profound innovation. As we continue to write our stories and share our voices, the alphabet remains a silent partner, in the endless dialogue of humanity. The scratch on the wall echoes on,